The game.
In the top right-hand corner, the mass gravitational pull. Baby, 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 don't you worry. I've got a 200-200 army with 4K in the bank. MaSsan, our Zerg player. His opponent will be spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. He is the future. That's right. He may lost the first one, but that's okay, baby. I'm going to give you 3 games, MaSsan. And then going to 4-0 you in a row. Future, our Protoss player.
I mean, if we are going based off of predictions right now, MaSsan is looking a little bit more correct. Future said he was going to win 4-0. MaSsan said 4-1.
That's true.
So already we're closer to MaSsan's estimate here, guys. In case you didn't really realize that, you know, after losing a game, you can't actually 4-0. I thought you guys would know that, though, so I didn't.
Just to let you know.
Yeah, I didn't think it was really that important. So it looks like Future, now we're going to be seeing, he's putting his pylon in his main, not going to be opting to go for that fast early Nexus. So I think we're going to be seeing some early game aggression here at a Future. Probably going to be going for that 3 Zealot Mothership Core push, like I was expecting out of him as a usual base play. And MaSsan already up to 14 supply, no hatch, or no spawning pool just yet, so it looks like we're probably going to be seeing hatch first out of him. And if Future's build's actually kind of designed to attack and aggress this.
Well, it does look like we already have the pull down for our Zerg player. It could be since last game, MaSsan's macro for 200-200 was so strong and so fast that Future might say, well, I can't out macro this Zerg, so I'm just going to apply early pressure and continuously build against him throughout the game.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we do see MaSsan actually going for that early spawning pool, like you were saying. Now, I've seen that MaSsan's actually really great with that early spawning pool, getting up those early queens, because he likes to make sure that he has the economy needed, making sure he has enough drones so he can get his gas and his minerals, and it's been working out quite nicely for him. If you looked in that last game, he didn't really get aggressed very much.
That's true. He did get away with not a lot of aggression. Like I said, the middle of the map is so easy to control on that map with the Zelnagas protecting your flanks. It's really easy to take 4 or 5 base and then say, I'm going to sit my army here, and I'm safe.
Yeah, exactly. And one really interesting thing about Neoplanet S is there's actually no towers here.
There is no.
So you have to be very, very proactive with your scouting, making sure you have forward, you know, for Zerg, you know, you have to make sure your overlords are in correct positions. For instance, we can see the MaSsan's going here towards around the back of the expansion, sees that it's not up yet. And let's see what he does with that. Nothing quite yet. I mean, his spawning pool is going down, or it's all done now. His queen is on its way out, and the hatchery is going to be finishing up here pretty soon. But as I was thinking, Future looks like he's going to be going for that 3 Zealot Mothership Core push, which is exactly what I actually predicted that he would do.
I would not be surprised to see more queens and maybe a couple of spawns at the expo come from MaSsan, because at this point of the game, if you do not see an expo by your opponent, you know that they have to be making something, because it's not an expo.
Yes, indeed. Alright, here come the 3 Zealots. Now that Overlord is actually not going to be able to see that. It looks like none of these Overlords are going to be able to see it. So let's see whether or not MaSsan knows this is coming. He is getting Zergling speed right now, but the problem is he's not getting the Zerglings. And that can be really bad for him.
It's hard to take advantage of speed if you just don't have any units that use the speed. Yep. However, he is creeping between his main and his expo, so queen help will be available.
Always very good. Now let's see if this Zealot attack hits just as these larvae come up. You'll be able to make Zerglings, but it looks like queens are just going to be all that's here to defend. And here comes Future 2 Zealots, that third on its way as well. There's going to be 2 queens here, plus that Mothership Core. Let's see how much damage can be done.
Pulling to the defense. I don't know. This is actually a really good defense by MaSsan. The Zealots are getting pushed up by these Rocky Balboa drones. Oh, and the queen lives.
Oh my god. Those queens are so lucky to be alive right now. That one Zealot looks like he's going to try to get the kill, but the queen, oh, just barely gets that. Those queens both barely alive. Now, we have to think about exactly what that did here for MaSsan. It did take a lot of drone time, and he had to create a lot of queens, but you know what? That actually looks like that's exactly what MaSsan was going to do. And you know what? He didn't make a single Zergling, and is now just going to continue to drone up. Future has to do something very, very amazing here in order to make sure that he can continue to take the advantage in this game.
I absolutely love queens in ZVP. I cannot tell you how much. They ask me, Dante, baby, what is your favorite unit in ZVP? And I'm like, the queen, just like in chess. She moves wherever she wants as long as there's creep on the field.
Oh, that hatchery for MaSsan up at his 3rd base, now getting addressed here by this Mothership Core. We're going to be seeing some queens get sent over that way, or will it eventually get cancelled? I think we actually might see the cancellation.
Yeah, not a lot of ways to get over there with the creep not quite reaching the third yet.
Yeah, exactly. Now it looks like, Future's going to keep a very good eye on making sure that there's no queens going to be coming up to this fight. I like that he actually went to the left side of this base, because that's where the queens would not be coming from, and that's his escape route. Now,
I could totally see that.
Now, for Future, we can actually see quite a lot of sentries here sitting at the natural base. Probably going to be very, very careful. Does not want to have any Zergling run-bys at this point. He's getting that +1 attack upgrade. One of his gateways actually not morphed into a warp gate quite yet. There it goes. And behind this, we can actually see no actually superior tech yet. I wonder if this is just going to be like an all-in with gates.
It could be a Zealot Sentry push of some sort, because sentries are probably my bane of existence.
Very, very good. Yeah, in fact, it actually looks like Future's going to be pushing out. He's got the warp gate tech. A couple of roaches here. Now he's got to be so careful with the roaches on the field. He's going to have to make sure he has a lot of sentries, because he has to have perfect force fields to engage this.
Hey, I actually called that.
Yeah, you did. You're good, man. That's what we're here. That's why you're here.
On top of it.
We actually see that the Twilight Council. Yeah, the Twilight Council does go down. Oh.
No, he didn't finish. Oh, he actually got the one with energy. Talix, that was a big loss from Future. That Sentry had at least half energy, if not more. That was 2 or 3 force fields, and he's getting pushed back. It's the power of creep, man. So good.
Yeah. Alright, well, it does look, of course, like Future's going to be continuing to have to be brought back here, but a couple of Stalkers being morphed in. The sentries... Oh, there it goes.
Oh, the bait!
Yeah, that time warp looking so good here. It looks like we're going to be seeing most of these roaches get taken out, and they're going to be forcing back. Now we're going to be able to see MaSsan sit on the creep. He's going to be able to reinforce with these roaches, and we'll be able to do quite a bit of damage.
That was actually quite the exchange. He lost a few sentries, but got a ton of roaches in exchange. That was a really good bait, feigning the retreat into reinforcing stalkers. Got to be careful of those warp gates.
Yeah, and as it is for those of you guys who are curious, I mean, MaSsan has not had a chance to really bring up this third base. He's got a couple of drones right now, and his natural's looking pretty good, but, I mean, he had to actually spend quite a lot into making roaches. Alright, here comes another attack. There's one Hydralisk on the field now. It looks like MaSsan continuing along with those Hydralisks, but he is currently supply blocked.
But he's supply blocked.
Not for very long. You can't leave that for MaSsan to be supply blocked for very long. Alright, what do we see that Future's going to be doing? Well, he did get that Twilight Council down. He is researching Blink right now. He did just only get the +1 attack. Here we go, more gateways coming down. I think we're going to be seeing a 2-base all-in here from Future.
I really enjoyed the transition from Sentry Zealot into a Stalker Blink-oriented build, because you already have the gas. You already had to make all those sentries, so you're already gathering the gas. You can just start pouring them into Stalkers with Blink Tech, and you could probably even get, well, if we were thinking long-term, we would see a Forge. But we clearly don't see a Forge in the Toss's base anywhere.
It's right above the Twilight Council.
Darn.
Well, he did get that +1 attack.
Okay, just +1.
Yeah, but that's okay. Now, we have to think about what Future needs to do. He has to get into a place where his engagement can actually be really, really good. He couldn't really engage here by these rocks towards the third base. That's not going to be what he's allowed to do. He's going to have to try to engage down here. Oh, here we go. Now, we have to remember at the same time, MaSsan can actually split his army if he brings stuff from the natural. Here comes some Zerglings.
The Lings. The Lings are going to be so good in this fight, Taylor. I don't think there is actually enough other units, enough sentries left to fight this off.
Yeah, I think this is actually going to turn out very, very good for MaSsan right now. His supply up about 55. That is a huge supply lead. Now, we can also see that more Stalkers coming in here trying to join the fray. A good blink to the forward. Oh! A misclick and killing one of his own Stalkers off.
That guy was a traitor.
He was a traitor. He was like, I don't want to be a part of this army.
That was the Benedict Arnold Stalker. Had to be punished immediately. That is court-martial in a Protoss army. Your buddies blink to kill you.
Yeah, we can actually see, I think this is going to be the final attack here from Future. His 2 warp gates did just get morphed in right now. However, if he can't do the damage here, MaSsan's going to be able to mass up enough, and the attack won't ever work.
Hydras are so strong in this matchup without Colossus or a heavier unit to deal out the deeps. They're just so good against Stalkers and Gateway units in general.
Yeah, Hydralisks and Roaches, both are working very, very good in this army. Alright, it looks like more stuff getting warped in here. He's trying to morph in some Zealots to try to take the brunt of the damage, but they're, at the end of the day, Future just doesn't have the army supply right now, and there's the GG.
Yep, there's the GG.